Brennan, what happened? Hello, guys, and welcome back to Fox the Fox Report. This is the post-match review of Liverpool versus Leicester City that was played over at Anfield for the Carabao Cup quarterfinals. Full time, they go at 3-3 draw, and we go on to penalties where we lose 5-4. Now, before we go all into this match, first, if you haven't done so already, please drop a like and subscribe because here we're talking all about Leicester City from post-match reviews, reactions, interviews, and much more. So if you're interested, please drop a like, subscribe, and turn those notifications on. Now, we go on to this match where we lose from a 2-goal lead that we had twice in this match. In the first half, we have the first 15 minutes, Vardy, 2 goals, very well. A poor side from Liverpool in that first half, 10 changes to a starting 11, and clearly they lack a lot of experience. And that came with just terrible passing, poor decision-making, in which we were able to pick up from and what gave us our 2 goals, thanks to Maddison giving a pass to Vardy, and then Daka as well giving a pass to Vardy, making those first 2 goals. Now, we had Chamberlain, who took a shot from a pass by Firmino, who I don't understand why can't we take the ball away from him. Throughout the entire match, whenever Firmino had the ball, he pretty much was able to look around, pass the ball, or if not, take players on. We just could not take the ball away from Firmino. I don't understand that. That has to improve. That's just poor defending, and that literally cost us that first goal, which I think could have been easily avoidable. Now we have Maddison, who scores the 3rd goal for us. Incredible performance by Maddison. You cannot really explain much more about that impressive shot. He takes it, makes it 3-1. Then we have another opportunity to make it 4 with Vardy one-on-one. I mean, based on these previous other encounters with Vardy having a 1v1, 50-50 that ball will go in. He takes a shot, bottom left post. It doesn't go in. And what could have been, it could have been a 3-goal lead coming into the first half. But from the first half, I will say that our possession, as far as just the terrible decision-making from Liverpool in that first half, wasn't necessarily too much of a difference. Liverpool did have, I want to say, more possession than we did, even though they were passing recklessly. They were just pressing up too high. I think it was still a 50-50 match. But anyways, we did pick up from the mistakes and came into halftime with a 2-goal lead. What could have been 3-goal lead, which probably would have been a different outcome leading to the end of the match. But anyways, we go on into halftime with a 2-goal lead. It's 2 goals. It's not 3. Doesn't mean the game is secured. So you keep on playing with that intensity. If not, pick up the pace. And that is what Liverpool did. They're 2 goals down. They make changes. They bring on Diego Jota. They bring on James Milner, put more experience in there, and just play quicker. What we do is defend. We defend from the start of the second half. We are just pushing back. The intensity is not picking up. And what Brendan Rodgers does is makes it even worse. He takes out, literally, it feels like 5 minutes would have just gone by in the second half. You take out Daka and put in Kelechi Iheanacho, who does not do anything. As much as I admire Kelechi Iheanacho, I think he's an incredible player with incredible talent. He did not do anything in this match other than just pretty much occupy space on the right side. So you take Daka out, and then you take Kieran Dewsbury-Hall out for Jannik Vestergaard and Ryan Bertrand. You put in defenders on when it's still a 2-goal lead, when Liverpool's already attacking. What you do when Liverpool's attacking, you attack as well. You don't defend. You don't push back because that's just going to bring them even more space, allowing them to take more shots and just push higher up. Now, what we did was put 5 in the back. We put Albrighton to come back. We have Luke Thomas already coming back. And we just have those 3 defenders. We have Ndidi center back. We have Jannik Vestergaard center back. And we have Ryan Bertrand center back. Now, you guys know how I feel about Ryan Bertrand, a player who is just displaying League One quality right now. A terrible signing, in my opinion. And literally every single game that he plays, it just proves my point. So while we have that, we're They come on. We have a 2-goal lead. And soon after that, we do have those just moments of just clueless thinking where we have Kasper Schmeichel. He just takes either a goal kick or just to boot it out just recklessly. I don't know if just there's something going on with him at times where he just gets frustrated that so much pressure is coming on our end where he just gives a reckless pass. And next thing you know, it's an opportunity for Liverpool to go on attack and take a shot. But besides that, really what cost us was the defending. We allowed Liverpool to come towards us. They took shots, and then we just panicked in our own area because Liverpool was just pressing high on us, not really giving us any room to get out of our area. So what we do is just blindly just try to boot it out. It just deflects off our player, and then it goes to a Liverpool player, sets Diego Jota up, and then pretty much he has an open shot from the left side, makes it 3-2. The intensity picks up even more for Liverpool, and we're flunking it. We're flunking this 2-goal lead. Now it's a 1-goal lead, and what pretty much looks secure in the first half, if the intensity were to pick up in the second, just flunked, completely shattered. There was no attack whatsoever, and we can clearly see the effects of Daka and Kieran Dewsbury-Hall. Kieran Dewsbury-Hall defends as well as supports the attack. Now with him out, you have Madison and Tielemans, the only midfielders who have to really come back, but mostly they're spending most of the time just defending. When it comes to attacking, there's no one there to support the attack. They're the ones who are taking the ball from their area, either passing it to Vardy or to Kelechi Iheanacho, because they're having so much pressure on them by Liverpool that they don't have time to give that extra support when it comes to making that counterattack. So that job of defending and passing over to the players that are going to bring the ball up, that's the kind of job that Kieran Dewsbury-Hall would do. But with him out, we weren't able to do that. Now with Daka, him as well would come back and help out, but he is not playing. So you have Kelechi Iheanacho, who, frankly, most of the time doesn't come back and just stays up along with Vardy. And Vardy, we did see, was struggling a bit. It looks as though he had some type of hamstring pull, which is why he didn't take the penalty over when it came to the penalty shootout. But that we'll talk later on. But still, now, like what I'm saying is, we were just basically satisfied with those 2 goals. It's the most terrible and most utterable mistake you could possibly make when you think that a 2-goal lead is sufficient enough to win the match, especially when there's 45 minutes left. No. That's when you push even more in attack, because you know the opposition is going to push themselves up, leaving their area open for you to take advantage of if you know how to. And without that, we're not going, with all that space that Liverpool gave us, we didn't do anything. We just said, okay, you also want to press up, we'll defend. We'll try to see how long we can hold this defensive line. And clearly, it didn't last long. And just the way it ended, literally 2 minutes in stoppage time before the match ended. Honestly, you couldn't write it any better. They needed to tie the match to go to PKs. And the way it just ended, the last 2 minutes, a mistake, a miss header by Ndidi. You have Minamino behind him, open, undefended, receives the ball, sets himself up, takes a shot. It's like a fairy tale for them, honestly. It was too perfect, too good to be true. Something that Liverpool knows how to do is change that game within the last minutes of it. I honestly did not believe my eyes, but it happened. It happened. A huge mistake by Brendan Rodgers in that second half when you clearly should have just kept the players on, and just the way he makes changes. He usually makes changes when it comes to the last 15 minutes of the match, not the first 5 minutes of the second half. Especially when we're losing too. He would make a late change. But when we're winning, he makes an early change. That's why I'm thinking, hopefully, it was because he wants to save players for this weekend's match against Manchester City. I'm going with that. But if that was, I'm completely wrong, and it was just because he thinks that it was the best way to close the game off and win, clearly it didn't work. But anyways, it ends off 3-3. We go to PKs, and we clearly cannot say anything other than you either win them or you lose them. Luke Thomas, young player, played a great match, I think. But when it comes to those PKs, pressure's on, you miss, it could cause a great impact, and clearly it did catch up on him, in which you can't complain too much. He's a player who performs well. It happens, whatever. But Ryan Bertrand, that penalty that he took really it showed such a lack of effort and just like whatever. Whatever happens, happens. No. I honestly was just, that was like the cherry on top for me. For, you know what, you're gone. You should be out. You shouldn't even train anymore, man. Train with the reserves. It's honestly, I'm trying to see why and what did Brendan Rodgers really see in this player when it came to signing him, because he is not showing anything whatsoever that he honestly should be playing in the Premier League. Should he be playing in the Premier League? He's showing quality of League One football. But anyways, the game is over. We move on. Aggravating. Luckily, as much as I hate it, this was the Carabao Cup match and not the Premier League, which could have cost us points. So we have to pick up from this mistake. We go on into the weekend that is against Manchester City. We clearly know that without Daka, without Kieran Dewsbury-Hall, and of course without Madison and Tielemans, there is no attack there. But we have to have them all because they all play a very important role, and that is Kieran Dewsbury-Hall defending as well as support the attack, and also Daka, the one who is pretty much needs to be asking for the ball, taking shots, or opening himself up, crossing the ball in, pretty much changing roles between Madison and Tielemans, that is assisting, scoring goals. But other than that, we clearly know who needs to be playing and what happens when one of them comes out. The game changes, our chemistry changes, and just a lack of attacking. It just happens. But anyways, like I said, we're done with that match, and hopefully I don't think we're going to have any more players. The players that we saw in today's match, as well as on the bench, is probably what we're going to have coming into this weekend. Now with Harvey Barnes, we did notice he wasn't there. Probably one of the players who tested positive. We didn't see him in training yesterday. So, like I said, yeah, that's going to be the same squad that we saw today coming into this weekend. But anyways, that's all I have for this post-match review of Liverpool versus Leicester City. Brendan Rodgers, a terrible decision. If you were thinking of making these changes just because you thought it was going to be the best way to win the match, if that was, clear mistake. But we go on. That's all I have for this post-match review. Next will be the pre-match review of Leicester City versus Manchester City. So I will see you then. And of course, as always, think before you make the decisions.